My daughter, when she was about 3 years old, developed asthma. And so we went the traditional route, went to a doctor, and they prescribed her a different series of medications. That helped a little bit, and then they ultimately had to give her a steroid, prednisone, to help her with her asthmatic cough. The prednisone did help quite a bit, but I cannot imagine giving my then 3-4-year-old daughter a steroid, which prednisone is, the rest of her life. It became my mission to figure out why she developed asthma. We went to a series of doctors up and down the West Coast, went to a doctor in Las Vegas, down Manhattan Beach, and they really couldn't put their finger on why she had asthma. They said she would outgrow it. When she was in kindergarten, she had a substitute teacher at Butte Vista School, and the substitute teacher said, "You need to take her to see Dr. Bill Gray down in Saratoga." We jetted down there, and it was the most interesting appointment. We sat on the sofa, and he looks at her. She's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and he goes, "I think I know what's wrong with her." And I'm like, "What? We've only been here 30 seconds, and you're already telling me you think you know what's wrong with my daughter. Take her off dairy. Take her off dairy." I'm like, "Take her off dairy? It's food-related? It's not something else? It's not in her genes?" Sure enough, we pull her off dairy. She's been off meds. Well, she's 18 now. She's been off meds that long. We went back to Dr. Gray, and he did a full allergy test on her, and lo and behold, she's also gluten intolerant. We started trying to figure out how to get food here in Yuba City that was meeting those criteria of being gluten-free and dairy-free, and it was hard. So we found ourselves having to drive to Sacramento to go to different stores to find food for her on a weekly basis. And at the time, I was in a trucking business. I'd been in that business for about 25 years at the time, and I was burned out. I was tired of being in that business. And I went on vacation in North Carolina and walked into this very cool market, and I fell in love with it. So I came back to Yuba City, and I started pondering this idea of a market in Yuba City. So I got up at 4 in the morning one morning, and I drafted this email to some friends of mine and said, "Hey, I got this idea for a natural food store in Yuba City." And my first response was, "Are you high?" And then that morphed into, "Let's advance this conversation. I'd like to double my investment. I think it's a great idea." So at the end of the day, her adversity was really the catalyst for why New Earth Market exists today.